I think it's recording now. Yeah, it's recording now. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to the first Blue Box Crew team call. I'm Kristen. I founded our team. If you don't know, Blue Box Crew is kind of taken from, not kind of taken, it's just straight up taken from this show that I watch. It's called Doctor Who, and it talks a lot about it. It emphasizes really like appreciating people's stories and their individuality instead of um, following along the line of thought like we're one in a million and we're not significant at all, and we don't stand out and we don't mean anything. I picked the Blue Box Crew because the Doctor goes through and he doesn't do that. Each individual human is fascinating and has an incredible story and is a world of their own. So since that's so integral to what we do as coaches, I really wanted to run with that. So I made it our team name. So I'm Kristen, and we're going to be talking about the 3 vital behaviors today. And this is really the foundation of running not just your business, like as a coach, but also kind of just being healthy, like which I think is kind of incredible. Well, I suppose inviting is the only one that's like if you should be doing this if you're running your business. The other 2 are like this is making you a healthy person. So the 3 vital behaviors, it doesn't matter what you do. If you go talk to all the elite coaches or whatever, the top coach, she's going to talk about how important the 3 vital behaviors are, and they're super simple. So if you incorporate these into your life and incorporate them into your practice, they're not only going to improve you as a person because, and I know they will because that's what they've done for me. They're going to help your business grow if that's your goal. Why isn't it working? There it goes. Oh, shoot, did I go too far? No, there it goes. Okay, great. All right, so vital behavior number 1, invite. And inviting can take form in a couple different ways. So invite as many people as possible every day. Invite people to join our challenge groups. Have the courage to invite everyone you come into contact with. Invite and then invite some more. This is something that I have to work on really, really hard as an introvert. And I get scared talking to people. I'm like, why do they care? Why am I sending them this message? It's like, just cuz. The way I ended up coming around to it is I want to get to know people better. That has definitely become my why. Why am I sending them this message? Because before you can invite anybody, you have to get to know them, and that's later. So there's soft invites, posting about your challenge, your workout, your meal prep, your coloring. I like coloring on the weekends. Your downtime. You can literally post about anything because it's your life and people want to connect with you. That's something that's super different, I think, about Team Beachbody is they actively do not want you to sell the products. Like, do not be an advertisement. Do not be a walking billboard for Team Beachbody. They want people to connect with you because that's coaches' jobs, is to connect with the people and to help and to give people the tools. So Beachbody supplies the tools. We teach them how to use it and support them in their using it and to make them more successful. I don't know if that made any sense. Hard invites or call to actions, they can be in the posts. Join us for our next challenge group, or it can be like a direct invite. If you're using like Facebook Messenger, you can also direct message on Instagram. I think you can even direct tweet people now. I don't know. Or you can email them. Start with people you know. Of course, in like sales talk and multi-level marketing, that's called your warm market. These are just your friends who you talk to every day anyway, your friends who you hang out with, people you like, the people who are following what you post, the people who comment, if you've been posting about your challenge, they're the ones that are like watching and seeing what you're doing. You start with them. You'd be like, hey, I'm doing this. Do you want to do it with me? It's super. That's I think, boom, invite. Like you've done it. It's not hard. But people overcomplicate it, and it does start to get a little harder as you outgrow your warm market, and go into people or start talking to people who maybe you don't know super well, or to whom, to who, I don't know, mom probably knows. To whoever an invite would sound really weird, don't invite them then. Just get to know them. Be like, hey, how are you doing? What are you up to these days? Like, if I talked to a lot of people that I knew from my undergrad when I was doing my bachelor's. So I'm like, hey, how are you doing? Like, what are you up to these days? It's been a while since I've seen you. Cold invites there. See, it says equals the worst. Nobody likes to be sold to. Do not invite random people that you know nothing about. Not only is it not what we do, that's kind of violating our core purpose. And our purpose is to connect with people, meet them where they're at, and help them get to where they want to go using the tools that we have. That's really good. Before you invite, you have to connect with people. Like I said, just get to know them. You want to hear their stories. You want to meet them where they're at. And if you invite them to the challenge, be like, hey, I think this would be a lot of fun. Even if they are super into fitness. Some people are like, I'm already doing the fitness thing. It's like, yeah, but do you have a community? And some people are super like, no, I want to do it by myself. Okay, whatever. I think everybody should be doing it together, but whatever. So FORM is the little acronym they like to use. It's called, it means family, occupation, recreation, message. It's basically for the people that overthink inviting and they're like, I don't know what to talk about. You should ask them, like, how's your family doing? What do you do? What do you like to do for fun? And eventually, as you're talking, I guess the point there is ask them questions. Usually people like to talk about themselves. If you start getting like one-liners and they're not really engaging, I would, be nice, but probably like, don't worry about it. They're not getting the hint that you're trying to connect with them, and they're not engaging. They're not connecting with you. So I wouldn't even send them an invite probably, because you're not actually connecting with them. You're going through the motions, but since there's no, yeah, does that make sense? No spark. Spark of creation. Sorry, that's going to happen a lot. So connecting with them means that you can help them better, and the invite comes organically. Okay, so inviting, super important. Vital number 2. People like to say, be the product of the product, be proof that the product works. We don't really sell products, but if we're selling anything, it's the lifestyle. So yeah, this is what we use, but this is what we want people to get in on, is this like vibrant life and joy. And yeah, sometimes life still sucks, but for some reason when we get punched, we're like, oh, that sucked. Okay, I'm good, at least that's kind of how I feel. Use the fitness programs, drink Shakeology, be a walking success story in progress. And when you do the research on Shakeology, I don't really understand why people are like, I don't need that. Because that stuff is just insanely good, and it tastes amazing. And I'm so excited for Cafe Latte. I'm so excited. So get committed. Your inspirations and your radiance and your results will attract others. Be not just be happy, because obviously there's the whole like backlash on how everybody posts only happy things on Facebook, and I've wrestled with that a little bit. And you can post non-happy things, and I've done that before, but make sure, stay real. Do your best to tilt it, not necessarily in a positive light, because you've got to be real. You have to be human. Life sucks sometimes, but when you start really digging in to this lifestyle, to always getting back up, to doing personal development, every bad situation has something to teach you. And once that starts to be ingrained in your habits, bad situations usually, you can, once you've sat with them for a little bit, you can figure it out. You're like, this is what this is teaching me, or I know that this is going to be a learning experience later, but right now it sucks. For me, a defining moment for me was posting about my Christmas travels, because it broke me. When we missed our connecting flight, it broke me. I threw all my stuff down and just started crying in the middle of the airport. I didn't care. Didn't didn't give a shit. Like you all, yes, actually, I wanted to make more noise. Because I was miserable, and I knew that I needed to post about this because it's very easy for me to get negative and stay negative. And woe is me, and this life sucks. But I think that was actually a really big turning point for me. And maybe I can go back and find it and like post it in the group if that's useful. So it is now your job to do a 30-minute workout and take your vitamins. And seriously, Shakeology are the best vitamins that I have ever taken. I always hated vitamins. You can ask my mom. They could not get us to take our vitamins to save their lives. I remember hiding them because we did Bible lessons every morning. I remember like letting them sit there until the last possible moment, and I knew they weren't looking, and then I hide them and put them in my pockets and then throw them away at school. These vitamins were gross. These are not gross, and your body's actually absorbing all those vitamins. So anyway, I know, tough life. You're getting paid to take care of yourself and make wellness your priority. What challenge are you doing? What do you like about it the most? How does your body feel? What gains or losses have you had? How do your clothes fit? What is becoming easy that once was hard? So for like the 10-minute chisel or whatever that Autumn does for hammer and chisel, she starts it off with a minute plank. And I remember a year ago, there's no way you're going to get me to hold a plank for a minute. And now I kind of do it without, like, yeah, I have to really focus on my breathing for like the last 10 seconds. But that blows my mind. I never would have, if you had told me, in 2 years, you're going to be able to hold a 60-minute plank. No, you're crazy. I hate planks. Did you do before shots and measurements? Are you taking the Beachbody Challenge and encouraging others to do the same? We're still on product of the product. What are you doing between challenges? This is huge. You do not always have to be on a challenge. You do not always have to be on a challenge. I know, especially in the Soul Warriors kind of atmosphere, it feels like you always have to be on a challenge, but you really, really don't. If you're not on a challenge, check out the gym. If you like the gym, now that you're doing a fitness or that you've done a challenge, maybe you have better ideas. You can also take Beachbody On Demand. You can stream that on your phone and do it at the gym or in the park or wherever. You can start doing like hybrid calendars of the different workouts. But you don't always have to be on a challenge. That's actually huge for people who come into this that are already super into fitness or super active. Oh, that's the next one. Have you tried Beachbody On Demand? Can you teach your clients how to log on? And which workouts are you sharing? So I usually share, when I'm talking about Beachbody On Demand, I usually share thighs, or because that's the dancing. And that's pretty accessible for people, or at the very least fun. Or usually when I'm talking about Beachbody On Demand, it's for the people who really need to take it easy. And I'm talking about the Tai Chi. And that's actually huge for people who are recovering from injuries but still want to get some movement in. Tai Chi is amazing. And it's actually called Tai Chang because it's taught by Dr. Chang. And I hate that. I think that was the worst decision ever. But it's Tai Chi. It is Tai Chi. Okay, so are you sharing your health, fitness, and coaching journey, personal development, community, events? Are you talking about the business? Have you talked about why you love the coaching opportunity and how it's empowering you? Are you celebrating not just your success, but the success of others? That's huge. Are you sharing valuable and shareable content like recipes and fitness videos of you? So I really liked doing the videos of dancing because that was fun, and I think people had fun watching them. I'm personally currently working on sharing more recipes. Because I realized like that's huge. There are recipes that we make that we totally need to be sharing because most people don't think that you can eat pizza and still be healthy. It's like, well, as long as you make it yourself and account for it correctly about like the food groups that you're eating, like be honest about the amount of carbs you're eating. But for the most part, but like pizza, oh no, ooh. Uh-oh, which way? There. Pizza doesn't have to be terrible for you. You have to make it yourself, but that's okay. It's better that way. just pile on the toppings. And have you graduated to a new program? That's not so applicable to the people here, but some of you, and you know who you are, you've been on the 21-day fix since you started, and you've been here for a year. Put a little question mark around that. Are you really still challenged? Yes, you probably are, because those are hard. But if you've been doing hardcore 21-day fix all year, you're probably bored out of your mind. Move on. Check out, even if you're like, I can't afford another program, check out Beachbody On Demand. There's a ton of programs that are just free if you have the club membership. It's like having Netflix, but investing in yourself and providing you fitness options. It's amazing. And they're releasing a new feature that you can buy programs streamable only. You don't even have to buy the DVDs. So that's huge for like us young hipsters, you know, that don't like buying DVDs and want everything digital. So try a new program. There are new programs coming out all the time, and there's a lot of great old programs. Like the first thing I moved on to after the 21-day fix was Combat, and it's my absolute favorite program ever. And it's being discontinued now, which makes me really, really sad, but it's still there, so jump on it while you have the chance. Next. Okay, PowerPoint, why are you being so ornery? There it goes. Okay, personal development. You guys can probably see your faces now, huh? I don't know. Okay, personal development. This page is about personal development. So I'm putting the faces there. Okay, so this is the most important vital. Yeah, no, seriously. Even more important than inviting, which is what our business, our work is based on. This is more important than inviting, because if you go out for an inviting session and you haven't done your personal development yet, you're like, it's like my dad used to like to say about his sales jobs, like, you're gonna get your teeth knocked in, because some people are mean. They're just mean. And thankfully I have not encountered a ton of mean people. Like hoping that trend keeps going. But anyway, this is huge. Every day, read, listen to audiobooks, use Success on Demand in the back office. So I immediately asked myself, where do I find Success on Demand? It's like, oh, it's in the back office. Listen to the weekly coach call and team calls. That's this right here. Attend Summit and other training seminars. Like, so Summit is in Nashville once a year. It's like Comic-Con, but for Team Beachbody, and not as fun. Oh no, I'm just kidding. But there's like Super Saturdays, and sometimes if you have a big enough community, there will be more meetings in the community. We also, since we are part of Soul Warriors meets every Tuesday at this same time, and then we're also part of Set Your Soul on Fire, and they meet every Thursday at this time. Set Your Soul on Fire is huge and insane. So unless you're like going for elite, like I know Erica is, I really encourage Erica to be on those calls, because Amy Silverman, the gal who leads them, she's the #2 coach, and success leaves clues. You gotta listen to the people who are doing this well and who are helping a ton of people, because they know how to do it. So back to personal development. Well, actually, these calls are part of personal development. How do you expect to grow if you aren't invested in yourself? Aren't invested in you. Should be yourself. How can you learn to build a business if you aren't going to take it upon yourself to invest in yourself? Yes. How are you going to get out of your own way when only you are standing in your way of succeeding or quitting? I see this all the time, and I do it all the time. I'm the only one standing in my own way because of whatever self-limiting beliefs are still just yapping at me in my brain. And then really focus on what your why is. And this is different. Maybe we can do another call on willpower versus why power. And that's actually featured in, what's it called? Darren Hardy's book, The Compound Effect, willpower versus why power. It's huge. Willpower sucks. It doesn't get you anywhere. Why power will take you to the stars. read at least 10 pages or 10 minutes worth of personal development daily, because I read slower. So reading 10 pages will actually probably, depending on the chapter I'm reading, sometimes reading 10 pages takes me way longer than 10 minutes. So depending on who you're talking to or who says it at the time, it's 10 pages or 10 minutes of personal development daily, or listen to audiobooks. I recently found an audiobook of one of my favorite authors, John C. Maxwell, and I've been trying to figure out, like, how do I help out around the house now, with, especially with the semester starting, next week, and all the coaching work I've been doing. It's like, I can listen to audiobooks while I do dishes. Dude, boom, light bulb. It's perfect. It's perfect. Share what you're learning. Post a photo of the book you're reading, or a quote, or an aha moment. I love sharing aha moments because I get really excited and really animated, and those are my favorite videos to post. So share your aha moments from personal development daily on your social media. Your free meeting will end in 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. We're almost done. Share your personal development. That's a really easy thing to post about. And people love reading stuff like that. I feel like those are the ones that people are like, man, your posts are so inspirational. It's because people crave this personal development, but they don't know it. They don't know what they're missing. And I didn't know what I was missing. The first time my coach tried to tell me to do personal development, I was like, no, I don't have any more time to give to this. And then I started doing it, and I was like, oh, that was dumb. I should have started this earlier. So what are the areas that you need the most development in? Confidence, empowerment, leadership, or vulnerability? Since going to OperaWorks, for those of you that don't know what OperaWorks is, it's a summer program for opera singers that really focuses on cracking open the opera singer shell. You know, there's the opera singer persona that we tend to put on, and we don't realize that we're doing it a lot of the time. And so OperaWorks is about making us real people, or really just helping us realize that we can be real people on the stage. So that helped me a ton with vulnerability. So I'm usually pretty good about vulnerability. I've gotten a lot better at confidence and empowering people and feeling empowered. And I have been fighting leadership since I was in youth group. Because since youth group, since I was 14, people are calling me out and they're like, you're a leader. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't want to be a leader. I don't know how to lead people. What do I do? And I'm only now just starting to really dig into this, and even what being a leader means, and what do I want in a leader, and how do I exemplify or be an example of what I want in a leader. And it's this big circle thing, and it's really awesome, but it's really confusing. And that's probably the hardest thing for me, is reconciling that I'm a leader now. iPhone 3. I don't know who that is, but hello person, we're done in 7.5 minutes. Oh, hi, it's Erica. Okay, so we're almost done. I can't hear you, it's muted. Okay, so what are the areas you need most development in? Again, that's not like a guilt or shame thing. We all need to improve somewhere. We all, that I'm not even going to repeat that. Yes, I am. We all need to improve somewhere. We're always growing. We're always learning. The only people who aren't learning and growing are dead. And if they're not actually physically dead, they're spiritually, emotionally dead. Okay. If you're not growing, you're dead. And have you asked your upline which books would best support you in your journey? Your upline starts with me. And then if I don't have any wisdom to pass on to you, I would direct you to Meredith. And I actually got this list from Meredith's list, but I reordered them to my preference. So go next slide, please. Thank you. Okay, so reading suggestions. Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. If you're talking about vulnerability, do not skip that one. That's huge. Daring Greatly blew my mind. The Compound Effect was the very, very first book I read, and I would actually really recommend starting there, because it helped me break things down into little bite-sized pieces. He talks about doing little things every day consistently and how that is what makes people. It's the compound effect. It's big. It talks about gaining momentum, and it's huge. That's why the compound effect is why our inviting system works. And yeah, it's why everything works. Actually, it's compound effect it just kind of blows my mind. 7 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. I haven't actually read that one by Maxwell, but it's like next. But I absolutely adore Maxwell. And usually when I'm looking for new books, I'm looking for his name. Because he gets it. He's incredible. And he's a pastor. So I really love having that all integrated into my journey. You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Erica, are you reading that right now? Yeah, Erica's reading that right now. It's probably awesome. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to. The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. I believe my success partner, Kaja, is reading that right now, and she was describing it to me as incredible. GoPro by Eric Worre. First Steps to Wealth by Danny Johnson. Reawaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. I'm sure that's awesome. I couldn't get through it. I just kept putting it down, and it was so hard for me to do personal development while I was trying to read that book. But the next one, Unleash the Power Within, I actually will probably go find and try to read, because I acknowledge that Tony Robbins is huge, and I love seeing like quotes that are on Pinterest and stuff. Oh my God, that guy's amazing. Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. I haven't read that. I actually don't even know anything about it. And Tribes by Seth Godin. Again, don't know anything about it, but that was on Meredith's list. And this is not just Meredith's list. This is like my list. Now I have a list of books to go check out. This is huge for me because with an MLM, people are always suspicious. They're like, it's a pyramid scheme, or you're only out for my money, or blah, blah, blah. And they always suspect the worst. But look at this. Our core purpose is to help people achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life. You can only be successful if you're helping people, truly helping people. And that, to me, I saw that and I just stood, I sat there with my mouth open for several minutes, and that doesn't sound like a long time until your mouth starts getting dry and you're like, oh, I need to go drink something. But it's huge. How many, that mission statement, that's a good mission statement is so important. I know we only have 3 minutes, but if anybody has a question, did I mute myself? If anybody has a question, go for it. Oh, echo. That's okay. If anybody has one quick question, it doesn't even have to be about the vitals. I'm sorry you missed most of it, Erica, but I'm going to post the recording.
Am I unmuted? Oh, yeah, I had to I went to the other one, and then I thought it was yours too at the same time, but then I realized there's something I should probably watch, so I did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So here I am.
Yeah.
Hammer and chisel killed me.
Yeah.
Killed me.
I'm not sure why my laptop's not working. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, hammer and chisel's hard. Today's killed Preston too. Poor Preston. He's back.
Jack just did it. He's dead inside.
Yeah. So
I started on 21 Day. You there?
Go ahead, Mom.
I started on 21 Day Fix and did that for a while, and then did other ones, like size and the other ones. But sometimes when I don't know what else to do, I go back to 21 Day Fix, and I find that I get sore again. So some of the muscles that you use on the different programs, you use different muscles.
Yeah.
So I don't think going back to 21 Day Fix is necessarily a bad thing. But I hear what you're saying about graduating, to get more difficult, different kinds of programs.
Yeah, and that's actually why I go back to combat every now and then, because I do know it's my favorite. So if there's not a new program launching soon that I'm super excited about, because I originally was not going to do hammer and chisel. I wasn't going to do it. Kaja and Bethany were talking about it in our little thread so much that I was like, wait a minute. Oh shoot, I think this is exactly what I'm looking for, actually. So I got on the train kind of late. But no, going back is totally fine. But mix it up, definitely. Like it's
Right.
that talking your body. I think we're gonna lose our time. So thank you all so much for being here. Seriously, I'm so happy, and I will post this recording by the end of the night. Okay.
Cool.
See you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.